all this stuff. So I just wanted to get on here because we've decided we're going to try to do either a podcast in the future or something, but I want to do more live videos. Haskell works for the Pine Belt News. He's a journalist. So he's a senior staff writer. He writes pretty much every story that y'all read. For instance, if you read the story about the Petal High School going into the hybrid schedule.
The hybrid schedule.
Yeah. He wrote it. I mean, anything in the paper, if you pick up the Pine Belt News, you can just look, what's it called? Byline?
Yes.
Yeah.
Byline with my name on it.
It's him. So, let me turn this down a little bit. So, he knows his stuff. And y'all know that I used to do all these videos talking about, I mean, basically before I met him, before we started dating and everything, like, I didn't even know who he was. And I realized later that, like, hey, I used to do the videos talking about literally everything he reports. So, it was kind of cool the way we met and all that, because he wrote a story for the Petal Shoe Shop and all that, yada, yada. We'll go into that another time. This is not a love live. But we wanted to talk to y'all about, first of all, we want to do a podcast. Tell us what you think about that idea. If we start doing a podcast, we would cover, what, just random topics?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever people are talking about, stuff that I'm going to report for the paper anyway. I'd like to focus a lot on Petal. But just anything that people are talking about, anything that's pertinent at the time, anything that's newsworthy. I'd like to get on here, reach some of the people that I may not have reached otherwise. And I think this is going to be a really good way to do it, and I'm excited.
Yay! Yay. So we have 11 viewers right now. Hey, guys, if y'all are just showing up. You said it perfectly. So Haskell writes about basically the whole Pine Belt, and Petal is part of the Pine Belt, obviously. So we've been talking about how there's so much going on in Petal right now, and I work in Petal, so I try to tell him as much as I can that's going on is happening fast, and a lot of times, like he just said, if it may not reach you in the paper or on social media, we just want to get on here and kind of like talk about a little bit of that stuff. And so the topic, what we were going to discuss, we're not going to be on here for super long tonight, but this is just an idea, the kind of intro thing. But the topic we wanted to discuss was about the Petal schools going hybrid, and then segue into Halloween and see what everybody's going to do for Halloween, and talk a little bit about maybe what you've heard about in the news as far as Halloween, what the protocol is going to be for this year. So I guess just tell us about, first of all, what's going on with the Petal schools right now, and then we can go into the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, so it's just Petal High School. It's just the high school itself. They did have a few cases of COVID-19. They're not getting into specific numbers just yet. Which I don't think they're obligated to do. But so what they have chosen to do to be proactive and get out ahead of anything major, make sure that they don't have to close down or anything like that. What they've done is go into a hybrid schedule, which means a combination of traditional on-campus learning and match that with at-home learning, virtual learning. So they will divide the student body up into two groups, depending on the first letter of your last name. A through whatever letter will be Group A, and the rest will be Group B. So starting tomorrow, I believe that's the 19th, Team A, or Group A, will learn on campus, while Group B learns at home. So they'll have their Chromebooks at home, and you don't have to have internet access at home. They've got everything set up to where the teachers have the lessons offline. So if you're in somewhere that doesn't get good internet access, or if you don't have access to internet at all, you don't have to worry about that. Everything is completely offline, so everybody can do it. While Team A is learning on campus on Monday, Team B will learn from home, and then Tuesday it will switch, and Team B will be on campus. And they're going to go back and forth like that 5 days a week until Thanksgiving, at which point they'll reevaluate and see where they're at as far as numbers, state data, local data, that kind of thing. They are for the for the body that's on campus, they are going to strictly enforce social distancing, masks, sanitizing. They're going to keep up with all that. After Thanksgiving, they'll reevaluate. But until then, the good news is, until then, extracurricular activities will be still be going on. You know, you still had the football game Friday night, so all that's still a go. They're going to keep a close eye on everything. And after Thanksgiving, they'll look at it again, and they'll see where they're at that point.
Yep. So that is pretty much what the hybrid schedule is for the Petal School District. That is just the high school grades K through 8 are going to remain the same as far as I know, huh?
Correct.
Okay. And so that starts tomorrow. If you have a kid in the high school, let us know how it's going for you. And if you have any questions, just comment. So then next week is Halloween. What are the rules for Hattiesburg, Petal, I guess in general, our area for trick-or-treating? Do you know? Is anything different this year?
So far, everything is Halloween is still a go. You can still go out. You can trick-or-treat. From the last thing I was sent over, October 31st, Halloween, which was on a Saturday this year, the hours are from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. And there again, use common sense. When you're going to people's houses, you know, keep your distance. Don't get in big groups. Limit your group. You and your mom. You and your mom and a couple of friends. Whatever. Just use common sense and stay safe, and you can have Halloween.
Yep, there you go. We were just talking about what are we going to do with Layla. So I don't know yet, because normally, you know, what I do with Layla in the past was the hayride. I know a lot of people in Longleaf Acres and Petal, they do this. They get on the tractors, they've got the trailers, you all get on the thing and you ride around the neighborhood together. I don't know necessarily if that is a recommended idea for this year. I don't think personally I'm going to do it with my daughter, but I think that's just a personal decision people have to make. And there's just other ways to do it. So you could find a neighborhood where maybe there's not that going on, and just walk, like he was saying, door to door, and just take some sanitizer. In fact, people need to just keep sanitizer and hand that out instead of candy, because you know what? I'm tired of all this candy anyway. Our kids' teeth are rotting out.
That's a good idea. Those little bitty things of sanitizer would be perfect.
Yes.
Perfect to go in trick-or-treat bags.
There's your idea. So I think that's great for our little intro. If you weren't here in the beginning, hopefully we'll be doing this weekly. I don't know. We're going to do a podcast eventually where we'll set it up professionally. Until then, we're just trying to kind of like test the waters here. So we're going to go for now. I think we did pretty good, huh?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
I think you killed it. You did that.
Thank you.
Badass, babe.
I think you did. Excellent as always.
Oh, and fingers crossed, because I think we might, hopefully by the end of next month, have a house in Petal. We are buying a house. Haskell is moving to Petal, so get used to seeing us. The house is in the center of Petal, in the heart of Petal, and all of y'all know that I'm heavily invested in the city of Petal, and I want to see us do great things. Haskell graduated from Petal High School. He's older than I am, but he is a Petal. He graduated high school from there, so. And he's not abandoning Hattiesburg. For anybody from Hattiesburg that's watching, obviously, he does a great job. I mean, he kills it. He covers everything, but specifically Petal right now, because of me and everything that I was doing before I met Haskell. I want to continue doing what I was doing, but bring it to a positive note, provide positive information.